that, brother? Yeah, I didn't sync it to the streaming device. I apologise, folks. Gala, I think Gala's quality. I would much rather invest in a gaming platform than I would a game. Gala definitely has had a good negative price action in the last few weeks. I think if you're looking to hold it long term into the next bull run, as long as it makes it, I think Gala's a good one to watch. I'm personally not holding it at the moment, but depending on how the bear market goes, I might just buy some. It's not on my list, but I've got quite a long list and I'm always shuffling, so we'll see what makes it in. But Gala is definitely one I'm watching. Prasanth, thank you for the roses. I appreciate that support. Thank you very much. That's very kind. What do I think of every top position people are stepping down? Any theory? I just think that a lot of the CEOs of these exchanges, they know that they've rushed a project to the exchanges to market, especially, and exchanges have probably broken quite a few minor laws, shall we say, to get there and get in the market in time. So I think a lot of the CEOs are stepping down so that they don't come under that fire and put the project under unnecessary scrutiny. But yeah, I think there are going to be a lot of exchanges. It may not be fiscal things that destroy a lot of these crypto exchanges, whether they're central or decentralized. It may well be how they got their product to market and how the CEO was behaving that destroys the project. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate your prayers, buddy. I do appreciate that. As I said, things are looking a little bit worrying in the UK and in Europe generally at the moment. But we've been in these recessions before, but slightly different with the war with Ukraine and Russia and the energy crisis in Europe. I think this is going to be a very hard time for a lot of people. We're already seeing mortgage rates go up. Bacon Sandwich, how we doing, buddy? Good to have you on board. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you being here as always. Paul, thank you. Good to see you on YouTube, buddy. How we doing? So yeah, I mean the markets are slightly red today. Not an awful lot in it, but they are slightly red. As you can see on the hourly chart, if you're on YouTube, we've been going sideways basically with a lot of volatility. We're hovering around this 19.3 level, and it is kind of like a key level on the hourly. We've got these levels of support across here at 19.3. If we break down, we can bounce off 18.9, but then we've got this general area of support that we keep bouncing off around. I've drawn pretty much through the middle of these buy and sell signals, and you can see here it's about 18.7, 18.8. Still haven't had a ruling on LBRY. We'll have to start trial if the judge doesn't rule tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, let's just see what happens with that one, Mark. And like you say, it's an interesting one because it will affect how people think about the Ripple case. So an interesting one there. Got rid of your Axie. I mean, to be fair with you, Ned, I don't blame you. I think Axie, for me, as I said, I'm very, very concerned about Axie. The state of play with that project does worry me. 500 Gala, should you get more? I mean, it depends. If you intend to hold it long term and you think it's going to make it through the bear market, I see no reason as to why not. Absolutely, I do like it. Not financial advice, of course, just my personal thoughts and feelings. Thoughts on XRP? I do hold a bag. I'm really, really bullish on the use case of RippleNet. I think the lawsuit is pretty much done for. It's just a matter of, I think, there's no way the SEC want these Hinman emails to come out. It won't happen. So they'll be looking for a settlement. But Ripple are in the driver's seat now. They will want not only for them to be out and out declared not a security, they will also want some clarity in terms of what is a security for crypto moving forward. I think that's a key point. That will take some real hammering out with the SEC. Because, of course, if they do it wrong, then they can't go for other projects. If I had a spare 2K, what would my next high-risk punt be? I mean, to be fair, Stevie, I mean, high risk is everything at the moment, apart from Bitcoin, I feel. Personally, that's my feelings at the moment. I am dollar cost averaging, but I'm only dollar cost averaging to my favourites. So nothing really high risk out there as such. I've got some relatively new projects out there, such as Moonbeam and Moonriver, that I really like. But I do have some micro caps as well that I like, but I tend not to share those because they are very small cap, very high risk. But if you wanted to, join the Discord, drop me a DM, and I'll let you know what micro caps I'm looking at. I mean, I don't mind sharing that information with people, but just not openly on TikTok. I don't think it's fair to just drop these projects in there and no one know what on earth I'm going on about. Thoughts on XRP? Do we buy it? For me, no. Not right now. I think it's had a really good run, and it hasn't really come down as far as I'd expected it to. We hit 56 cents. We're coming down at 47. We were at 32. I mean, if we came down below 42 cents again, I think that's where I'd pick some up. But of course, we could be too late. We could have a settlement next week. We just don't know. It's one of those ones, if you believe in it, then go for it. If not, then it's down to your discretion. Cadena, I've looked at Cadena. I do like it. I would say that I think there are a lot of projects competing in similar markets right now, and Cadena's got a lot of competition, but it has done well. It has got good tech. It's got good support. So yeah, it's definitely one to watch. It's not one that's on my personal accumulation list, but that's because I like a lot of things in the Polkadot arena already. So things like Moonbeam, Moonrover, as I said, I'm into those. I'm also into Parallel. I'm into Interlay. I've obviously got some Akala still because I literally can't touch it. It's on their platform, which is locked because of the hack. Not hack, exploit. So yeah, I'm not as bullish on Akala as I was, but I still like it. If it can survive, it's going to be good. But we'll see. Thank you for encouraging the likes, Huds. I appreciate that support, buddy. Thank you very much. Up to 4.3k already. That is amazing. Thank you, people. Hard time indeed. Will be great time to invest in various things if you can. Absolutely, Tom. And this is why I'm still very upbeat. This is why I personally haven't disappeared from TikTok. You've seen a lot of big influencers just disappear. They feel like there's nothing to talk about, whereas it's actually quite the opposite. We've got everything to talk about now. Because what we do, what we research, and what we talk about now, that is what's going to set us up in the next bull run. So sharing research, sharing information, sharing ideas like we do on this platform, I think that is what sets you up for success. Of course, you can devote yourself to it anyway, but there's nothing like a second opinion, even if it's on TikTok. That's why I do TikTok, is to get second opinions about a lot of things. 6% drop later on Bitcoin and XRP. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see a drop, as it is very run-of-the-mill, very, very tight on the hourly. We've been going sideways, especially on the Bitcoin hourly for quite a while, hanging around this 19.3 area. We have run up, but we've come back down. I think we've bounced off this 19.3 area quite a few times in the last 3 days, as you can see here on the hourly if you're on YouTube. I think, with the way that the volume's really dropped off, I think if we test it again, we're probably going to drop. But I don't think that'll happen until Monday. I think we'll just see a little bit more sideways action until Monday. Derivatives market didn't make their mark yesterday. Yeah, this is the problem. I need to also start looking at derivatives and things because it does, correlate a lot with the crypto markets, and it's not something I look at the moment. Crypto really is my only bag. Optimism's looking very good. I'm yet to do a deep dive on it, but the utility of Optimism looks very, very solid. And Raymond, yeah, the goatee's coming on. I'm going to have to actually be brave and give it a little bit of a trim soon. The problem is it's actually quite thin. So I'm waiting for the back to push through, but I might have to give it a little trim and a little bit of a tidy up. But I'll keep it in the sides tidier now. It's coming along. But Quant is actually doing quite well. I'm very impressed with the way that Quant's holding its price. We've seen some big rallies on Quant, and historically in the bull run last year, we saw big drops after these big runs. But when we first ran up to 140, we came back down to 129, came back up, and we've kind of not really looked back after 130. We've consolidated at this 140 level. We've got various levels of support. If we can push to the upside. So Quant is looking really bullish, I think. That's a combination of course, of a lot of stuff that's going on with Quant at the moment, a lot of meetings, a lot of positive partnerships coming out. Also Gilbert Verdian's doing the rounds. They're in the headlines a lot. People are talking about Quant more than ever. And I just think it's just bullish all the way. I mean, look at this hourly chart on Quant. I mean, it really is pretty spectacular. We haven't really looked back since $100. And we haven't really had a significant pullback. We've consolidated higher each time. which is beautiful. What's the effective Ripple wins? Will there be a bull run for all crypto? I mean, it could trigger a run on the markets, but I think more than likely it'll be isolated to XRP and maybe some of the other ISO tokens as well. Because generally XLM, XDC, Algo, they'll all be running things the same sort of way. I think we'll see a run on it. We did see when XRP was running before, we did see a little run on all of the ISO tokens. Algorand didn't go up as well, but XDC had a pretty good run. So did Algo. Morpheus isn't something I've looked at. Crypto Psychosis, you've subscribed. Oh, bless you. Thank you, buddy. I mean, I've only put on there because TikTok kind of made me do it. They put it in front of me. I thought, sod it, I'll click it. If someone subscribes, that's fantastic. I know you've been around and supported me for a long time, Crypto Psychosis, so really appreciate you for subscribing. That's really kind of you. And as you say, I don't have many doing it. I don't push it. It's not something I asked for. But yeah, there's two out of three of you doing it now, so that's really, really good. I appreciate that very, very much. At the end of the day, I don't do this to make money. I do this for free just to talk crypto. It's something I'm passionate and I love. So if you think I'm worth that subscription, then bless you. Thank you very, very much. XYO long term, I don't really like XYO. I think a lot of these kind of mining tokens, XYO is a bizarre one as well. I don't know if it's its only utility, but I've used it on the mobile phone app and it's a real ball ache. It's hard work. And no one wants to do that for very little reward with XYO. Have I spoken with Crypto Leo lately? I really haven't. No, I don't know if he's been banned from TikTok or if he's abandoned it. I've seen a couple of Instagram posts come out again. So I don't know if maybe he's working Instagram, but they seem to be older videos anyway. So yeah, I know before he was off with kind of personal family things going on. I really hope that everything's okay. But sometimes you just need a break. And I know that Leo was working incredibly hard in the space for a couple of years, pretty much non-stop. He had that stuff obviously with the Cryptolio guys, so I'm sure that was stressful as well. So if he's, I hope he's just taking a break and it's fan rated. I hope everything's okay and everything's good. I'd love to hear from him. I just want to know he's okay. But yeah, complete radio silence. No one's really heard from him, which is a little bit of a worry in itself. XLM, I think, is fantastic. I really like XLM. I don't hold too much. I've got a tiny bag of XLM, but that's because I've already got XRP. I think XDC is what I'm going for as well. We don't know who the winners are in this ISO. It's just a use case. There's no confirmed use at the moment. We've got, I think XDC are involved in the Australian stablecoin system, so that's encouraging. But I think Ripple, we know, are talking with the government in terms of Digital Pound Foundation here in the UK. So they're probably the forerunners for that. But now that the Australian CBDC has been announced and XDC seem to be part of that, that's easily rolled out now that it's in play. You're not leaving till we beat the record of 25k likes. Huds, I mean, if you can do that, buddy, I would really, really love that. That's absolutely amazing. We do have a bit of time to play with, and I've got plenty of grape juice. And you, of course, Lisa. I know you're there smashing the likes as well. We really appreciate your support too, of course. YouTube is a bit quiet, guys, so if you want to go over there and see what I see on the screen, it's only charts and CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, but you're more than welcome to pop over and have a look. It's there, it's live, it's ready to share. So anything I talk about when it's chart-wise, I do tend to just refer back to the charts. Or if it's a project, I might hop on CMC or CoinGecko and have a look. So the link to that is in my bio. By all means, hop over if you want to. CryptoGak, how are we doing? What's my opinion on Cadena? Still worth it? Cadena is one that I've looked at before and personally haven't invested in. As I said, I'm doing a lot of other things in the Polkadot arena in terms of Moonbeam, Moonriver, Akala, Affinity, Parallel, Interlake. I've got a lot of projects on the go, mainly because of the parachains. So Cadena isn't one I've gone into, so I haven't really managed to accumulate that knowledge for that project yet. But I do want to dig into it because it's got a chance. It is decent tech. Cryptopsychosis, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. And you got your little noob badge as well, so confirms you're a subscriber. So I do appreciate that support, buddy. I really, really do. My biggest bag is actually Polkadot. Although I'm most bullish on Quant, I invested a lot of my money into the Polkadot parachains. That's why I've got a lot of things like Moonbeam, Moonriver, why I've got Affinity, Parallel, Interlay, Akala. I've got a whole ream of them. And I've found out about them and invested in them because of the Polkadot parachain auctions. So not only did I loan my DOT in these crowd loans, I also put some of my own money in as well. So crazy. Thank you for smashing the likes, people. Nearly at 15k already. You're absolutely hammering it. 200 XLM. I mean, something's better than nothing at the end of the day. We don't truly know who the winners are, but XLM for me have always been the little brother or cousin to XRP. But they are doing good business. They've won the MoneyGram business. We know that they've been mentioned on several papers in terms of stablecoins and CBDCs, so it's all good. I smashed the red grape juice and you smashed the likes. That's a deal. What are my thoughts on Luna C and Luna? For me, personally, I haven't put any money back into Luna since I shorted it. It's not something I like. I can't condone a project that was set up by a guy who's clearly a crook. I know a lot of people have made money by trading it, and that's fair. That's fair enough. I think ultimately it's a doomed project. These burns don't do anything. It's Luna C, especially, is a community token. There's nothing driving that. There's no ecosystem. There's no white paper. It's just a meme coin community token. Luna C for me is dead. Luna itself, if it can be driven, then it might come back in some form. It's already got a sizable cap. But given the fact that Do Kwon's got red notices issued worldwide, not likely that anyone's in the driver's seat or want to take the driver's seat. So I think they're both probably done for, to be fair. It's just going to be VCs and investors just trading the hell out of it. Off to YouTube. SuperBear7, you're a gent, thank you. I now have no thinker. Thank you, Neg. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you for the support. Keep smashing those likes, people. It is doing us the world of good. You're in the UK here, it's Saturday evening. I'm sure, obviously, it's morning or very early morning if you're elsewhere in the world. Where are we from? I know Phil's there in the USA, but where are we all from? What are we doing? Chili's and VeChain. Chili's, I've never really dug into it. I don't really like it. IYG, thank you for the potions, buddy. I appreciate that support. Really kind of you. Thank you very, very much. VeChain, I used to hold VeChain. I used to really like the utility, but I sort of tied it back to my personal experience in the logistics and distribution. Because although I work in finance, I've worked in lots of different industries. And for me, I mean, logistics and distribution is very much a centralized operation. All these big companies like DHL, UPS, they all want very much one-stop solutions. They don't want decentralized bits of a solution. And I think VeChain is just a decentralized bit of a solution. So whilst it has good utility and a good use case, it's not a complete result, a complete solution to a problem. So for me, I think it's not something I want to invest in. I think it's got very small gains long term. Do Crow do loan for UK? I don't think Crow do loans as such. No. Hey Tom, you're in Devon. Beautiful part of the country. Me and my wife love Devon, of course. Beautiful, beautiful area. Devon and Cornwall. I know that you've got a bit of a rivalry, but they're both beautiful parts of the UK. Ben's also UK. Mark's UK. Norwich. Nice. Glasgow. Ascot. There were, Brixton Slides would live next to a racecourse. 3:30 p.m. in Lexington, Kentucky. I was going to say Kentucky, Phil, but I wasn't brave enough. We get a lot of people in, but I do try and remember you all. Durham, do a lot of work in Durham. Our company does a lot of work in Durham, so know of it fairly well. Cheltenham in Gloucester, beautiful part of the country as well. from North Somerset myself, so not a million miles away from Gloucester. Thank you for the treasure box, Crypto Psychosis. That's very kind of you. Really loving the support tonight, guys. Thank you so much. Up to 17,500 likes already. You're absolutely killing those likes. Treasure box. Kindly funded. Yeah, Crypto Psychosis kindly funded that one. Bless him. Value knowledge about VeChain. Thanks. Not a problem, Get a Fix. It's just my personal opinion. But as I say, it's because of my interactions with UPS and DHL and logistics in general. I kind of get a feel for what they want. Of course, they're not the be-all and end-all of the logistics and transport industry. You've got international shipping and freight and all sorts. But my impression is that they always want to be given a full solution. And for me, VeChain is part of the solution. It's decentralized. It needs more with it to do the full job. Ayrshire, Doncaster, some absolutely beautiful parts of the country being mentioned tonight. Big party in Durham on the next bull run. I'm up for that, Bricks and Slides, definitely. She is on the side of Bricks and Slides. She certainly is. Well done. So yeah, I'm on the grape juice. She's on the cider. I love the fact that you know what she drinks, Steve. I think that's brilliant. Right, okay. Crypto. Let's check out some headlines. Where should we go? Let's just do general crypto news. Thank you for continuing to smash the likes, people. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much. So let's have a look. Crypto news on Bing. Is this any good? Scrumpy. You wish it was Scrumpy. No, let's have a look. So crypto news. Shiba Inu teases new game, but Tamadoge P2E crypto price is pumping. Tamadoge is pumping. Let's have a look now. Someone else mentioned Tamadoge, and I said I would never look into it because it's a meme coin. I don't like them, but I've just mentioned it on the news, so I suppose I have to. Thoughts on BitTorrent? BitTorrent is actually a really good project. I quite like the use case. It's been around a long time. Why isn't this giving me everything? Right, Crypto.com. CoinMarketCap.com is not behaving. What's going on? There we go. Okay, so let's have a look. So where we go? We were going to Tamadoge, weren't we? XEC, I can never remember. Tamadoge is up 75%. It is pumping. So total supply of 2 billion, 1 billion self-reporting supply. No one ever likes a self-reporting supply. But its market cap's only 46.5 million. I mean, that's not awful. And I mean, check this chart out as well. I mean, for a meme coin, that is strong. I mean, Tamadoge is looking very strong. So it's the gateway token of Tamaverse, where you'll be able to mint, breed, and battle your own Tamadoge pet in the metaverse. I mean, the metaverse development, I think, will be an interesting one. That can be hugely expensive. But looking at the progress the token is making, you couldn't rule it out. Tamadoge isn't just the future of the Doge ecosystem, it's the future of play to earn. So they've got links to Doge as well. That might be why it's quite strong then. But Doge itself hasn't had this kind of action. So that's really... Actually, Tamadoge is a pretty good one I might need to research. I think we can expect a pullback on this kind of run. But yeah, I mean, I was maybe a bit quick to rule it out. Thank you for the roses, people. I appreciate your continued support. Tamadoge off to the races. It is. I mean, it is racing. It is running hard. I mean, that is some fantastic... that's 24 hours. So in the last 7 days, it's nearly 100%. In the last month, it is 100%. And in the last 3 months, we're there as well. So... when did it actually launch? It can't be. No, it's just... I thought Tamadoge had been out ages. Has it only just been listed on CoinMarketCap? I thought Tamadoge had been out ages. No, it's a new launch. How bizarre. I've been hearing about Tamadoge for ages. I thought it was out. Goes to show, you shouldn't rule everything out, should you? If I'd have been into that one, that would have been a good launch. Tamadoge could be a good one. I mean, if it's affiliated with Doge, and if it's going to have a metaverse, and it looks like it's going to get the treasury to do it, then it might be worth a shout. I mean, this self-reporting circulating supply, I never like. I never liked self-reporting supplies. But they are 50% in supply. And it's not like they're saying they're 100% and you don't really know. CoinGecko. Yeah, CoinGecko's got very different figures though. CoinGecko's got maximum supply 200 billion. And this is what I mean about CoinMarketCap. I can never quite trust it. Because it's got there 2 billion on CoinMarketCap. It says 200 billion on there. So that is interesting in itself. Let's go and have a look at the contracts. Let's have a look at PooCoin. No, let's have a look at Token Sniffer. Thank you for the continuing gifts, people. I do appreciate that support. Thank you for continuing to smash the likes. We are at 20.8k, so that is absolutely amazing. I'm just going to bring up Tamadoge's contract to get to the bottom of this supply. Is it 200 billion or is it 2 billion? Let's have a look. There's no tax either. It's not that much of a meme token. Smell test doesn't like it though. It can mint more. That might be why we're getting differing figures. Interesting. So look on Etherscan for the actual contract. XRP, yes baby. So XRP has had a fantastic 3 weeks. And I keep telling people, obviously, it is pulling back. But we were up 80% at one point. We're gonna pull back. Just zoom out. Take a 3 week zoom out. We're still up 40%. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. The XRP haters will. Like, oh, you beat back down now. But yeah, we're still 40% up. So, unless you're Tamadoge, not many people can say that. So, maximum total supply on Tamadoge is 1 billion, apparently, according to Etherscan. So, we're getting a lot of different numbers here. Really weird. Just quickly looking through the contract, see if I can find the numbers. It might be because it's mintable, and that might be why it's self-reporting and we're getting different numbers out. But it is mintable, which I don't really like. Can't wait till it explodes. What do I think of Dash? What, Doge Dash? Again, that's not one I've looked into before. It is a very, very popular meme coin, Doge. But I tend to avoid meme coins and anything that sounds like a meme coin. So, yeah, I mean, it's not one that I've looked into. But maybe I should have looked into Tamadoge. Maybe I should have looked into Doge Dash. Doge Dash did really well at launch. I completely ignored it. Again, thinking it was another meme project. But this is just the way it is. I mean, you either like meme projects or you don't. What I might do from what I have been doing lately is I've just been putting $10 on just in case one of the projects I think is a half decent meme coin turns out to be the next Shiba. Tamo was my best result since Zeta. Fair play, Jamie. You were in Tamadoge. Fair play. I know you like a bit of a DGen play every now and again, and you do take these riskier plays. So fair play to you. If you don't, it's risk reward. If you don't take the risk, you don't get the reward, do you? Actually, let's have a look at Doge Dash. Let's have a look at that as well. I'm just going to plug my phone in. So, Doge Dash. Thank you for continuing to hit those likes. By the way, people, I appreciate the likes and the gifts, and of course that subscription, Crypto Psychosis. Really, really do appreciate it. Doge Dash is doing well as well. Doge Dash is up 8% today. Again, that's another one that's 50% in supply, and a pretty healthy chart as well, to be fair. It's not gone below launch price, which is good, but it was very much a bull run chart, and then it's gone flat like everything else. Not doing a Tama Doge right now, but it's definitely had a pump. This last week, it's definitely had a pump. Really, really good one. So that's pretty good if you're a Doge Dash holder as well. Very, very nice. Thought it was worth a punt. Well, sometimes punts pay off. If it's an educated punt, then you can make money. As I say, it's just not something I normally entertain. But I've put some bits and pieces on. It's like with the Tate token Top G. I got into that pre-launch. I took a 3x. It went on to 35x at the top before it absolutely dumped. I know someone that held on to about 25x. So yeah, it can be a scary ride. BitTorrent. So yeah, BitTorrent's a good one. I do like BitTorrent. It's got decent utility. XEC, I can't remember what that ticker is. Let's have a look. eCash, I don't know anything at all about eCash, I'm afraid. Love finding new ones. I do as well, to be fair, and that's where a lot of my research has been focused, but I don't focus on kind of the meme or fun or high risk tokens. I do look at kind of the layer ones, the layer twos, new blockchains. That's where I like to research. I think because I've got very little risk money, I'm still very, very conservative with whatever I invest and where I invest it. So I don't really take too many risks. Certainly not sizable enough to make differences. So I'm pretty risk off. But I'll take a little punt sometimes. If I've made some profit somewhere, I might chuck a little bit somewhere else. Negged, I appreciate that support with your bad finger, buddy. I really do. Have a good evening, and I hope your work goes okay. But thank you for your support as always, buddy. It's great to see you in here so regularly. Thank you. So let's have a look at eCash actually, because it's not one I know anything about. Just whilst it's been asked about. So market cap 786 million, fully diluted 861, 91% in circulation, which is pretty good. All-time chart. Let's have a look at that. So July 2021 launched in the bull run. Went up quite nicely and then came back down. Again, holding its value above its launch price, which is hopefully a positive sign. Use case, rebranded version of Bitcoin Cash. A fork of Bitcoin, hence the supply. Okay. What does it do? Instead of sending, we would send 10 bits with eCash, either proof of stake. Proof of stake consensus layer, Avalanche, not AVAX. It sounds like a very complicated way of just trying to copy Bitcoin, to be fair. Not something I would entertain. But that's very superficial. Very superficial. Let's have a look. So I was just going to try and get some research up, but I'm using my main screen now because I was never looking at YouTube. So just trying to sort that out. So right, so that was that. Casper. Casper again is one that I still need to research because it's one that's been talked about a lot. It's grown very, very quickly, relatively nowhere. It's come out of obscurity. It's caught me a little bit off guard. There are a lot of people saying very good things about Casper. So here we go. So market cap's 180 million, 330 fully diluted. So about 60% in supply. Launched in May 21, so just into the bull run. And actually, in the bull run, it had very, very bad price action. So it wasn't adopted at all in the bull run. But it's proof of stake blockchain built off the Casper CBC. So maybe it's just something that's taken some time to adopt and get built on. But yeah, it didn't really have a spectacular bull run at all. Maybe it's something that's had to prove itself. But again, without doing a deep dive on Casper, I couldn't really give you any insight into it. But the chart, considering it came out in a bull run, is pretty bad. Definitely a dump on launch, and it hasn't really ever done anything since. But there are people talking about it, which is always a good thing. If people start talking about it, then either it's going to be doing some marketing or they are doing some utility. And without researching, I wouldn't know which one's which. A lot of green on the hourly, tiny gains. Let's have a look on the hourly. I've got that on quant at the moment. That's not seeing gains, but that tends to go against the run-of-the-mill. Hourly. A little bit on XDC, a little bit on XLM. It's going to be the ISO tokens, isn't it? With the exception of XRP. Where's XRP? XRP's not green yet, but XDC and XLM are running. XLM is actually at 5.5%, which is pretty impressive. I mean, look at this. This is the similar run that XRP had, but it's not been as aggressive. It's pretty cool. Will the bull run start in 23, 24 or 25? I was initially thinking end of 24 into 25, but that was with regards to the recession and the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving might be early because the hash rate is a lot higher. So that's been pulled forward to 2024. Thinking about the recession, if the recession lasts 12 to 18 months, that's probably good timing. We could be looking at middle of 2024, probably, around about there. Jasmine's broken out as well. Now, I'm not a huge Jasmine fan, it's got to be said. I think Jasmine's very much a marketing coin, bit of a pump and dump. It has some superficial use case, which is why I think people do go for it, but Jasmine's not one for me. LCX is a very, very good looking exchange. Registered headquarters in Liechtenstein, several licenses to trade blockchain, so it is one of the few registered and licensed exchanges in its country of origin. So it's got some good utility. It's probably future-proof. It just needs that adoption. And it is getting a good reputation for it. Let me do a little bit of a refresh here on the hourly here. I'll just see if it's my trading view not updating. My little laptop, bless it, it is working hard when I do these lives on TikTok. You can probably hear the fan whirring all the time. So no, it's keeping up to date. So maybe Bubbles has just got some different measurements. But I mean the hourly I haven't got green. 4 hourly, is that green? Let's have a look. Four hourly's still red as well, apart from those. I'm not really seeing a lot of green, to be fair. But I'm only looking at Bitcoin and Quant at the moment. But I'm generally looking down through my list. Maybe trading views maybe trading views slow. Let's just do the obvious. Let's just go back to CMC and go and look at all the cryptos. $21.4k likes, folks. 3.5 short of my 25 record. Just putting it out there. So let's have a look. So on the hour, let's have a look. Oh, of course, that hasn't got an hour, has it? Not on my setup. Let's have a look at CoinGecko. There we go. Yeah, we're sneaking into green on the hourly on CoinGecko. CoinGecko agrees. Sneaking into the green on the hourly. Just creeping across. So Bitcoin's flat. I wish they'd take the stable coins out. I don't care what price stable coin is unless it's depegging. So Cardano's up to 0.2, Doge's up 0.3, Polkadot 0.2. So we're creeping into the green. Uniswap's had a really good run actually. Uniswap's been looking very strong. Who is this RSR? RSR is Reserve Rights Token. Not one I'm a huge expert on. It's got some notoriety, and it is looking very, very strong at the moment. We're just looking at the market, just starting to flip green on the hourly. A little bit of flicker of hope on the weekend. XCN, that's creeping up the charts. XCN, it's number 40 by market cap. That's up nearly 0.5%. Check out the goblet. I know, desperate times. I've got to get the old summer glasses out. I had a really nice pewter gauntlet before, and it had a lovely like glass insert. Beautiful it was. You know what happened to it? I think I broke it. But yeah, really nice one. Like dragging up the stem and all that kind of stuff. It was nice. It felt like you were in a proper like drinking from a goblet, a man's goblet. Right then, folks, speaking of goblets, actually, I am actually going to... Oh, actually, no, you're smashing the likes. I might just stay on a little bit longer. What's my favourite cryptos? I mentioned Quant. Yeah, Quant, in terms of favourite projects, the ones that I'm most bullish about and how they work and how they'll be adopted, Quant is my number one most bullish token. In terms of holding, it's Polkadot because of the parachain auctions. I think Polkadot's going to smash the next bull run as well. They didn't have an ecosystem in the last bull run, and they were still over $50. And this time round, they're going to have a whole plethora of projects in their ecosystem. And also then we're going to have the cross-chain aspect of it as well. Kasama, so you're going to have the whole Doxama network thing going on. Moonbeam, which I truly think Moonbeam could be the ETH killer. Only because it is Ethereum, but with Polkadot benefits added on top. It is actually better than Ethereum. So, you can literally write all the Solidity programs. Developers can come straight over, and that's awesome. Hud's Crypto, yes, buddy, you are going to get me to 25k. I appreciate that support, buddy. You're giving your finger a rest and you're smashing it again. So yeah, my favourite cryptos: Quant, Polkadot, Crow. Moonbeam, Moonriver, I've got loads. XRP. I'm struggling to remember them all now. Definitely nearly time to finish. The red grape juice is getting to me. Is it today there'll be a lot of liquidations on the longs? Will the institution try and pump and dump? I think there's always a lot of manipulation going into the weekend and coming off the weekend. I think the weekends generally are just retail traders. There will be buy and sell orders in place from the market makers should retailers get out of hand. So we could see some moves, but we are very, very sideways today. I'm going to a new all-time high of likes, 26k. Absolutely splendid, Huds. That's absolutely splendid. Thank you, Bricks and Slides. Thank you, Lisa. I know you're absolutely smashing those likes. You told me you get me to 25. You didn't say anything about 26 or 27. I am going to wind it up in a minute. I think I'm going to become more and more useless in the next few minutes. Sealer down heavily today. Do I think it's worth a buy? Layer 2's to lead in the next bull run. Now, when I started in crypto last year, I loved Seller Network. I thought it was the bee's knees of bridging. And indeed, at the time, it was probably the best solution out there. But now that we've got cross-bridge swaps, I think they're being left behind. And there are some really good projects and really bad projects doing it. I think, for example, Rubik is one I support wholeheartedly. They got a fantastic cross-chain swap DEX, access to 16 or 17 blockchains, 60 different DEXs, so something like 17,000 different trading pairs. You can literally move your ETH from, let's say, the Crow network. You can move your ETH from Crow, swap it for BNB token on BSC. You can literally do that in one movement with Rubik. And they're not alone, but I think they are the slickest and the best. And they just keep adding new blockchains all the time. But Stellar Network was good. I think it's outdated now. I think the price action's been pretty bad for a while. I don't think they're developing it as fast as other bridging projects have. And I think they're being left behind. And the price action's not been great on them for quite a while, actually. They weren't doing brilliantly in the bull run. But like you say, layer 2s are big things for next year. It might be worth a little gamble. Who knows? Not financial advice. 27.5. Moonbeam is down a lot. Moonbeam is down massively, and it wasn't really in the last bull run. Moonbeam is, for anyone who's not familiar, Moonbeam is basically, imagine Ethereum and Polkadot had a baby. It's Moonbeam. Moonbeam literally does everything that Ethereum does using Ethereum language. So developers can come over using Ethereum tools. They can write contracts using Solidity, put it on the Polkadot network using Moonbeam. It's an amazing technology. And plus, of course, then it gets all the benefits of being part of the Polkadot ecosystem as well. So they get access to all the oracles, all the wallets, everything like that. But they still keep all of the old apps on the Ethereum network as well. It is amazing tech. If you haven't researched Moonbeam, check it out. I think Moonbeam and Moonriver, for me, they are, well, I don't think, they are two of my biggest plays for the next bull run. Also, now though, I am keeping an eye on projects that are coming out in the next 6 to 12 months, because they will also be the ones to watch. And there are some layer 1s coming out that are truly scalable. So we hear about this thing about scalability all the time. Some of these layer 1s say that they're scalable, but they're not really. There are a couple, at least, of new networks coming out that are truly scalable. So you can just keep on building and they won't go down. And there's some fantastic projects there. So I'm keeping an eye on that as well. But yeah, Moonbeam and Moonriver I'm quite excited about. Yes, we made it, Crypto Psychosis. We absolutely did. 28.7 likes. I mean, I've never had this many. In fact, what I'll do before the end of the live, I will screenshot it and I'll share it. And I will remember to thank you all in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord already, please do join me. I know most of your names are very familiar, so you're probably all in that Discord already. Thank you for your support, Huds Crypto. Absolute legend, thank you. Super Bear, thank you too. Right, okay, yeah, I am going to jump ship now as well, so thank you very, very much. I'm screenshotting that 29k, and I'm calling it a night. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my red grape juice. Take care, people. See you soon.